Are you preparing for the ParaPro assessment? Visit www.paraprofessional-test.com for the latest test preparation material to help you pass the ParaPro assessment. Do you prefer to learn through reading? Then our ParaPro study guide is right for you. Or are you more of a visual learner? Or perhaps rushed for time? In that case, push the play button and be totally ready to ace your ParaPro in just 1 hour and 25 minutes with our online ParaPro test preparation course. Or are you the type of person who needs to check all the boxes and wants to feel 100% confident on test day? If that's you, then our ParaPro bundle, which includes our online course and study guide, is perfect for you. Just click the Enroll Now button. Scroll down to look at our course curriculum, which you can see includes all of the domains and competencies that you'll need to know in order to pass your ParaPro assessment. There are 4 reading lessons. There are 7 math lessons. And there's 1 writing lesson, all here to help you prepare for the ParaPro. Now let's go have a look at lesson number 2. Welcome to lesson number 2 of the ParaPro online test prep course. In this lesson, you will learn the reading skills and knowledge section for the ParaPro test, which aims to measure the examinee's ability to understand, interpret, and analyze a wide range of text, which may use graphs, charts, and tables that are drawn from a variety of sources. When you're ready, let's begin. The first competency within the domain of reading for the ParaPro assessment is demonstrating your ability to identify a main idea within a passage. First, let's define what the main idea is. The main idea of a passage is the central message of the passage. Very young learners' books will often explicitly state the main idea. As children begin to read more challenging books, however, they will need to infer the main idea. Understanding the main idea of a passage will allow you to choose the correct answer on your exam. Test takers often confuse what the question on an exam is actually asking. Keep these tips in mind when reading test questions, and if you see these keywords, you'll know that the question is looking for the main idea. Keywords include main idea, summarize or summary, topic sentence, and central idea. Use the following test-taking tips on your ParaPro test. Examine the structure of the given resources, such as text passage or diagrams, before reading the question. Next, be quick, but ask yourself, what do you see and what do you notice? Then, read the answers before you read the questions. Remember, read the answers before the questions. Now, knowing the choices will give your reading purpose. If the question asks for the main idea, begin by checking the first and last sentences of the paragraph. If there are multiple paragraphs, check the first and last sentences of the first and last paragraphs. If you receive a question that asks for a topic sentence, understand that this is also the main idea. However, most often the answer will be found in a single sentence. Again, checking the first and last sentences of a paragraph is a great way to begin. The ParaPro test will require you to demonstrate your understanding of identifying supporting ideas within a text. In this section, we will detail everything you need to know about supporting ideas. Let's begin with a definition. Supporting ideas describes or explains the main idea. Understanding the key words in a question will help you pick out whether or not the question is looking for a main idea. Remember these keywords and phrases. According to the passage, according to the author, the description of the passage states that, or the author states that. Here's a tip to further help you identify supporting ideas. If the question asks for supporting ideas, look out for answers that revisit the main idea. Supporting ideas describe the main idea, but they are not the main idea. Our next test competency is text organization. The ParaPro assessment will require you to demonstrate your understanding for the main types of text organization. Let's begin with a list of the main types of text organization. First, we have chronological, which is establishing time order. Then we have compare and contrast, which is similarities or differences between objects, ideas, or processes. Then we have order of importance, which is a list or sequence of ranking. Then we have sequence, which is a process without cause and effect. Then we have spatial, and a type of text that describes or helps navigate a certain space or area, such as a kitchen, for example. Cause and effect is a text that details what happened and why it happened, or the reason something happened. And then finally, we have problem and solution. And this is a text pattern that describes an issue, incident, or problem and provides a solution to the problem. The next competency within ParaPro assessment domain is determining the meaning of a text. The exam might ask you to find the meaning of a text, phrase, sentence, or passage. Use the following strategies and skills to help you answer the ParaPro questions correctly. First, eliminate answers that do not correspond with the word you are asked to match. Next, if you are asked about the meaning of a word that is unfamiliar to you, first, look to see if there is a root word, a prefix, a suffix that can provide you with a clue in order to find the correct answer. If you are still searching for the meaning, reread the sentence before and after to identify context clues. Look for grammar clues such as syntax. For example, if the question provides key vocabulary such as a verb, noun, adjective, adverb, preposition, or other, revisit the word, phrase, or sentence to check matching solutions. Next, let's go on to drawing inferences from a text. Drawing an inference from a text means that the reader takes information presented in the story or passage and makes a judgment about reading the text. In order to do this, you need to read between the lines to understand the deeper meaning of the text. Reading carefully for ideas or notions that the author doesn't explicitly state but implies is a good place to find areas of the text where you should read closer. The following keywords will help you identify that the question on your ParaPro assessment is actually asking you to infer about the passage. Words include suggest, imply, and infer. Inference tips. In order to infer meaning from a text, the reader must clearly understand the main idea about the text. When answering inference questions, restate the main idea in your head in order to gather key words, phrases, and ideas from the passage. Next, we will cover fact or opinion, which as a paraprofessional, you will need to be able to help young learners understand. Now remember, a fact is a thing that is known or proven to be true, whereas an opinion is a point of view, perspective, or judgment about something. The ParaPro assessment will require you to identify facts and opinions. Remember that authors often use facts in order to support their opinions. The assessment can often mislead examinees when presented with questions based on facts and opinions, just because they see one or the other in the passage. Remember these key words to differentiate fact versus opinion. When referencing facts, you will often see statistics, data, and general knowledge. For example, there are 7 days in a week. When referencing opinions, you'll hear words like, in my opinion, or it's my belief that, or I think, what do you think, or someone's point of view. Next, in this section, we will cover the ParaPro competency of interpreting information from graphs, charts, and/or tables. Common types of diagrams include bar graph, pie graph, line plot, number line, and table. Now, these graphs, charts, and tables are often used in expository or nonfiction texts, and that's how we read them. Now, here are some tips for reading graphs, charts, and tables better and more quickly. First, start by reading the title. Next, read the headings and categories. Then, read the captions of the diagram. And finally, read the question and answers before the passage that pertains to the diagram. Stop wondering if this is right for you. Invest in our test prep materials. Pass your ParaPro and become a paraprofessional faster.